Welcome to the Short Rod Show. You're talking with Ben.
And you got Brett.
Thanks for joining us, everybody. We are on Season 2, Episode 19, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, been cranking out episodes here. The old ice season kind of snuck up the end of it. Snuck right up on us.
Ground to a halt.
Oh, my goodness. So, yeah, it's kind of rare where it just sneaks right up.
No, it didn't sneak. It just was there.
Yeah, it just all of a sudden, it's warm now.
Yep. It's just now we're 50 to 60 degrees during the day, not getting below freezing anymore, and that's it. We went from polar death cold to
exactly
spring.
Oh, yeah. So what are we talking about today, Brett?
So today we're going to talk a little bit about, obviously prepping your gear, getting her ready to put her into, I wouldn't say cold storage, I'd say warm storage.
Yep. Warm storage of the ice gear.
Yeah, wherever you do that. Just so you know it's ready for next year, ready to rock and roll once ice season hits again. You don't have to worry about mouse holes or, things not working. Try to keep things running in the same order and repair as you had them when you put them away.
Yep.
Also maybe talk a little bit about just kind of a little recap of what we had this season. It was quite the year. Both, our fishing career, fishing stuff, and then also short rod show stuff.
Yep.
We had some pretty big milestones this season. So,
oh, yeah, absolutely.
Touched a little bit about on that, and then otherwise,
we'll shoot the breeze a little bit. Yeah, it's nice to kind of get together and just...
Yep. Ooh, I want to do a quick update on my eye. Eyeball eye.
Why don't you start with that? Because we got some interesting comments about that.
It's
serious deal.
If you've been following along, last couple episodes, I'd been talking about I got a little bacteria in my eye, in my right eye. Felt like I got a little piece of sand in there. Had some light sensitivity things going on, and got a little bacteria colonization on the backside of my eyeball. Got that all cleared up, taken care of. But then in the process of doing that, come to find out, I don't know. I don't remember what the doctor term was. Maybe it was astigmatism. I don't know if that's the term. That's just a term I know of. I don't know if that's the word I'm looking for. But
where your corneas are not shaped.
No, that's not the word. Then that's the wrong thing. Then where my left eye just does not see quite as good as my right eye does.
Okay, gotcha.
So I went to the eye doctor here on Wednesday, thinking, I'm gonna have to get glasses and stuff. Went there, he did some looking, and he's like, nah, you're adding glasses, you're not going to see any more than what you already see. So my right eye is bomb. It does all the correction for everything.
Okay.
Left eye is not great, but it does enough correction where, when he's doing the little choo, 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 choo. This eye, check this better, this better, that better, that better. By the time he came up with the prescription of what he was going to assign me in my plain eyes, what I would see was the same.
Oh, gotcha.
So everything's still the clarity. It's just everything, all the work's coming out of the right eye.
Yep.
So
interesting.
Let it ride. He's like, you can do it. You can.
Don't worry about it.
It's not like glasses are going to heal you. It's all of a sudden my eyes are going to get better.
Yep.
He's like, later in life you can get them. You can do whatever you want. So
you're hanging in there.
I'm not going to worry about it.
That's good.
Now. Yeah. He said it might affect you a little bit at night. Lights coming at you and stuff. But you've been doing it your whole life and you're still here. So.
Yep.
And you pass your driver's ed test.
That's not so bad.
So, yeah, no glasses. Dirty.
Good.
I was pumped.
Good deal. Yeah, it would have been nice to maybe wear some glasses, block some of that bacteria from getting in.
Nah, I got safety glasses now.
Exactly.
I'm still not going to wear safety glasses while I'm
You'd be out there in the
fish or
full-on
something.
Goggles.
Just be a little bit more conscious of what's on my fingers before I rub my eye.
Yep, that's good advice there.
That is the words to live by.
Man, not fun.
Crap.
Jeez. Yep, so let's talk a little bit about ice gear storage.
Yep.
So we try and touch on this. We touched on it a little bit last year, but there's lots of pointers and stuff that people just aren't aware of. You know, and I've seen a couple posts on Facebook where guys have kind of laid everything out. It's always missing something. Mm-hmm. The one I saw was like, here's what you do with your electronics. Here's how you store your rods. Here's how you do your reels. Nothing about a shelter.
Yeah,
it's like
and to me, that's the number one.
That's the number one thing.
Because all those other things you can kind of like tuck in a bucket and put inside to be like a climate controlled thing where your shelter.
Yep.
I mean, sure, maybe you do have the room to put them inside, but I don't. I think a lot of people leave them in a garage or shed all summer long. Yep. So to me, that's the number one item to store, to consider for storage.
Yep. So, I mean, your shelter, you're dropping at least a couple $100 on it.
Yeah, and it's one of the most expensive pieces you got. And the most vulnerable to being effed up.
Yeah, you run into
during the summer.
My shelter's 4 years old now. 4 years old, and they don't make that canvas anymore. So like
What?
Nope. I should have got it last year. They had like a closeout on the old style Otter canvas,
Really?
and I was like, it's like $200, and that's really a good deal. But I was like, I figured by that time when I need to replace my canvas, I'm going to want something else.
Well,
You
yeah,
know?
but what if you crack her open next year and you got a mouse hole in it?
I know that's the risk.
I can't
I'm
believe
gonna
that they
take.
just cut it out. Like, it can't be that big of a deal to keep that canvas file on hand and just order them as people need them.
I think about it as the same way that they just plan stuff to be obsolete so that you buy something new.
Yeah, yeah.
Because it's not worth them. Okay, 10 people this year are going to buy new canvas from us for $200. The rest of
Well,
them
I'm
are
not saying they
gonna
got to keep it in stock, but they could drop ship it to you or something and just order it and drop it to you.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, and you just pay through your teeth, but
Yeah.
you still have the option of getting it.
I think they're just always pushing
Buy-
new
buy the
stuff.
crossovers.
Yep,
Yeah,
buy,
that damn
buy
Otter.
the new stuff. Yep.
I'm sure Eskimo probably still has there's
Probably
always
they'll probably send it to you for free.
there's probably always available.
You call them up, a mouse ate a hole in it.
You can buy an Eskimo Evo 1 probably still with their
Yeah.
canvas.
Oh yeah.
No, I
they
don't
still
know.
make all that. That's
Yeah.
that's the cool part. But yeah, so talk about storing your shelter. So your setup and the setup I had before, back when I lived back in Cedar Falls was
Yeah.
similar.
Yeah.
Storing it off the ground.
Yeah, so I run mine on a kayak hoist up in my garage, basically. And it works real well, actually. I don't know. The hoist I have, I don't know if I would want to hoist up like your shelter with it. I don't think it's quite heavy duty enough to do that.
It's probably rated for like 200 pounds or something.
I don't even know if it's rated for that. But yeah, I mean, I just tie some ropes around it. Took a little bit of finagling to get everything lined up and set up the way it was, so you're, because everything's just hanging from those ropes, so it's not twisted or something. I mean, when you first install the kayak hoist, just to make sure everything's lined up and straight, going the way it needs to go, and then also just making sure your shelter's level when you hoist it up there, and I mean, it works pretty slick. It gets everything up out of the way. It fits right up in between my rafters. You don't even right above my wife's car. You don't hardly even know it's there.
Yep.
During the summer, so
Pretty
it works
slick.
pretty slick. Number one tip I would say for storing your shelter is put some dryer sheets in there.
Lots of
That's number one.
Lots of them. What was a box of dryer
I
sheets?
put 5
cost?
dryer sheets in mine.
Oh, I use like half a box.
No, I don't put that many in there.
Man, it smells nice when you
I
get
put it
back
in
down.
in between each fold. So like
Yep.
the way where your
Yep.
the frame of your shelter comes, I put one in each fold, and then I'll put 2 in the so maybe I put 6. I think there's 4 folds, 6, and then I'll put 2 in the tub.
The wife doesn't even know they're missing.
No, well, yeah, no. I do most of the laundry anyway, so
Yeah.
she wouldn't know.
I buy like a box just specifically for it and spend the $3.
Yeah.
I'll burn like most of a box.
Well, I get that, but I don't know that that's
I don't know if it
necessary.
helps, but it makes me feel better.
Yeah, and I think it does. It keeps mice out of it somehow. I don't know how. I don't know why or how those dryer sheets work. So they're like the new age mothball.
Yep. Yeah. Don't use mothballs.
Why?
Then your stuff just smells like mothballs.
Oh, okay. You're talking about the smell thing. Okay,
Oh,
I thought
yeah.
you meant like
That's
there
horrible.
was a thing like do not use
No,
those.
no.
Oh.
But no. When there's the cheap alternative like dryer sheets,
Yeah.
no reason to
Yeah.
use anything else.
They work fantastic.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, I've never seen a mouse in our garage, so I don't know that we have a mouse problem. I've seen a little mouse poo up on one piece of plywood in the ceiling, but who knows how
You'll
long
probably
that's
be
been
all right.
there.
Yeah.
That's probably been there since I lived there.
The other thing too, just make sure it's dry. Like
Dry it out.
some time, dry it out.
Wipe it out. Clean off the canvas.
Yeah.
That's a big deal.
You'd be surprised what kind of stuff gets in there.
And salt.
Yep.
Make sure that way you don't end up with you put it up there and you pull her back down, you got a bunch of corrosion on some of your metal parts.
Yeah, like your zippers and all that
Yeah.
stuff.
I
That's
did, so I got some dry lube, WD-40 dry lube, and then I just kind of spritz down some of the metal components where, hinges and things are at, or bolts and stuff.
Yep.
It's not a lot. Right there at their corner of the sleds there, all of them have it where all the frame stuffs come together. Just give that a quick little shot of dry lube. Just to try to make sure get as much moisture off there as I can, and
Yep.
be ready to rumble for next year.
Yeah, and the other thing too, I guess I don't organize as much on this end because I'm not as fired up about it
Yeah.
to put it away. So
I
just
do the
kinda-
organization now.
See, I just put all my stuff away, and then I really get fired up September, October,
get it
and
out
I'm
and
like,
clean it
yes, let's get up there, and then get it all organized. Right at the start of ice season.
Yeah.
But that's just how I operate.
Yeah.
I just
I'm all
throw it all together
for
and
getting
go.
it organized, and I do the same thing. Long rods too, putting them away before ice season is get everything put away the way you need it. That way, it's ready to roll when you want to pull it out. Because usually, what I'm doing is
sure.
maybe next week I want to start fishing. That way I can just slap a reel on. I've got fresh line on there. I already know it's ready to go. I don't have to go, let's go reel it. Let's do this, that, and the other. But, granted, I could do it probably have a couple weeks before long rod season.
Well, and it's usually something where your buddy's texting you, hey, let's go try this out quick. And then you're like, oh, shoot, I need to get my rods and get my tackle.
Where's my bait at? Where's this? Where's my lures?
Shoot,
where's this?
Where's my triple tails at?
Yeah.
I had them all in one spot last year. Now I can't find them.
Now I don't know where anything's at.
Now you just can't go fishing.
Yep, exactly. So, I do like to keep that. I haven't organized my bucket yet. But, otherwise I've got all the wind poles are printed accounted for. I keep my spud bar in the tub. Mm-hmm. I think that light made it into the tub also. I didn't take that back out.
Underwater light?
Yeah, the underwater light's in there still. And then, everything's dried, clean, wiped down.
Ready to go.
Yep. And then I put a blanket over it. I don't have I don't have a cover or anything on mine.
Oh, that's true, yeah.
For mine, so I just put a wool blanket over it. Put the hoist up there, hoist her up.
Yep.
Tie it off, and she's to bed for the summer.
Ready to go. So this year, running the Panoptics, you're going to run that on your boat.
Yep.
You're not gonna summarize that.
No, there's no. Well, the summarized deal is I need to get a lithium battery ordered for it.
Yep. Amped does have their new battery, that 14.8 volt.
Does it have USBs in it?
No.
Well, I don't want it.
30 amp hour.
I don't care about that.
See, I would. I
want that Norsec with the USBs in it.
That's like $230, I think, for their.
It's $100.
24 amp hour.
I don't want that. I just want the 15 amp hour for $100.
Oh, there you go.
And that's all I want.
Nah, I think you're going to want more power.
No.
Yep.
I already only use the 12 now, and I haven't ran out of power.
Yeah, but you haven't used it for more than a day. What if you go on a fishing trip?
When am I ever going to be in a situation where I do not have an option to charge it at night?
All right. Then you're going to be charging your phone off it, and you're going to be running that sucker down.
Well, see, that'll be the deal, yeah.
You're going to be charging more stuff.
What I want it to do is, then I can plug, like when I go out, and I can plug lights in there, I can plug my phone in there, I can plug all sorts of crap, bubblers. If I want to plug ice defense, if I end up getting an ice defense, although I don't know that you'd need it for that. But
like minnow bucket, run all
what
that
I want to
stuff
get, so the base of that Panoptics, so there'll be some modifications now. So there was a reason I kept everything standard for this first season. So because I kind of like to modify things on my own and not just buy the modified stuff.
We all know that by now.
So the normal transducer cup that comes on that Panoptics bundle, it's because it's got a really nice kit for it. I like that Panoptics PS22 kit because it's got the little inserts to put the transducers. I took the cone transducer out, and I'm going to put a little glow jig cup right there.
Okay. Yep.
And then
USB powered.
Yep.
Okay.
And then I also want to get like a little light, like a little stick light that like you got off your deal.
Two USB ports.
Yeah, that's done.
No, you're gonna need a USB splitter now.
Yeah, that's fine because those things are always going to be on there, so I can split off of one, no problem.
Okay. My point would be just get the biggest battery you can stand because they're super light. Don't care about the USB ports. Yeah, but and then wire in your own little hub with as many ports as you want. Because you're going to need like $500
some on a battery that I only use for that. Is the thing also.
Or you just take it with you and just use that to charge all your stuff.
See, that's what I was thinking too. Is those lithium batteries are super versatile, especially with that Norsec where it's got the USBs built in.
Yep.
Like if I go out hunting or fishing, doing whatever, when I'm not taking the Panoptics, and just throw that in my backpack because it's super light.
Yep.
And then if I need to plug something in, bring some lights, USB. Because I do have that floodlight that I got is USB. I can plug that into USB if that battery dies.
Oh, there you go.
And then run it off that. So that'd work really slick.
Yep. Sweet. Well, so with electronics, though, if you guys are running lead acid batteries, make sure they're charged before you put them away. Charge them all the way up. Charge them up every month or 2 or 3 or whenever you remember it.
They're a pain.
Yeah, that's a pain. Lithium ones, they say leave it like 70, 75%.
Yeah, they don't want to pull.
Yeah. Yeah, run. That means for me, I'm going to run a couple flashers just down to 65, 70%.
Let them ride.
And that's done well for the lithium shuttle last couple of years. So,
what else? So we're done with shot. So we're done with shacks, right?
Yeah, with your rods, make sure there's no tension on your rods.
Yeah, keep the rod.
And I take my reels off basically.
Yeah, I'd cut jigs and everything off.
Yep.
And just run it. And that's more for the rod sake because some of them, I don't know that all of them do them, but a lot of them will. And I'm sure it's a certain situation that they find it, they'll have memory. And then all of a sudden that rod just stays
Yep.
a little bit bent.
Yeah, and it's
dog-legged.
impossible to get back.
Yeah. No, yeah, it's shot.
Yep.
You're never going to get that
Yeah, you'll
bend
always
out of there.
have
Especially those light noodle rods.
Yep.
They're notorious for that.
Yep, definitely. The other thing, too, I mean, if you're running a drill on your auger, whip that baby off the clam plate and start building a deck with it.
Yep, that's where mine's headed. Well, it might not. It'll go into the attic first, probably. I don't know exactly what it'll get used for in there, but it'll probably need for something. Drill some holes for something in there, up there.
Yep.
Before I put more insulation up there.
Oh yeah.
And then it'll be building the deck.
Yep.
But it'll be doing here later in a couple of weeks.
Maybe we'll use the old broken drill for that.
No, I mean
Still
I got enough drills. We don't need to do that. I know it still turns.
I know. Still works great. He just has a little slant to her.
Yeah, just a little lean.
You can only take screws out. Otherwise, it'll torque the head off.
You can only take screws out. You can't put them in.
Yep. Yeah. Otherwise, for storage wise, if you can keep it off the ground, keep all your stuff off the ground or organized in one spot.
Yep.
That's ideal.
I'm all about hanging stuff up if I'm not using it.
Usually this time of year, you're in a rush to stow it away. And then you're going to be running around trying to find all your stuff again if you don't have it somewhat in one spot.
Another thing I do with augers, spray some sort of penetrating fluid, oil, grease something on the blades, keep them from rusting during the summer.
Yep.
I also spray a little bit on that bearing on the clam plate. I don't know if you need to or not. It's closed bearing. I doubt you feel better, but it does make me feel better.
Yep. And if you're still running the old gas auger,
do whatever you do for that. Lean it on its side. Don't leave them straight up. Put them on their side.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. One year I left it straight up and it didn't run for shit. And then after that I kept it on the side. Maybe it's a Strike Master thing, but
yeah, maybe
kept it on its one side and it ran way better.
That's a mystery to me.
Yeah, it must just be where the gas settles in or something. I don't know exactly.
I drain all the fuel out and run it out of fuel.
That's. See, I just run when I run the true fuel in it. I just let it ride.
Yep. No, I just drain it all out.
Yeah, I mean that's a good idea. Well, you don't worry about things drying out.
Nope, don't care. I don't know.
Well, yours hasn't had probably fuel in it then in 2 or 3 years.
It hasn't.
Yeah. I'm sure it's going to run great if we try to fire it up again.
I bet it would. Little Eskimo just runs.
Baits, tackle, just make sure everything's dry.
Yep.
And nothing's dry is the number one thing.
Yep.
Otherwise, you'll have rusty hooks next year and paint will be crappy and rusty. And
yep. I do go through and pull out all my jigging wraps and use those.
How many jigging wraps do you have?
I think I probably have like six or so, and some snap wraps, and I'll use those ice and summer fishing.
Little ones, huh?
Yep.
Oh,
yep. Number 3s, number 4s.
Nice. Oh, I like that.
Yep. Yeah. Yep. Pull those out. Never caught anything on them. Summer fishing, but I have them as.
I've only ever snagged fish with them.
Yeah.
I've never had an actual fish bite.
Yep. So maybe this will be the year.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
But yeah, some of that gear I do use summer fishing too, and then I'll even cheat, like if I'm lazy and use the ice line. And then
you break off crappies while you're trying to boat flip them.
Yep.
I remember last year.
Yep. So probably
break off 2-pound crappies as you boat flip
exactly
in the boat.
The monsters, they're just flopping out. So yeah, ice line, not so much in the summer, but
yeah, you need something a little bit more beef.
I did get another reel this year for Christmas, so I should be squared away.
I am going to run. Speaking, as we get more to open water, I am going to run that 40-inch schoolie on the open water.
Are you really?
With some vertical jigging.
It's
not much of a caster.
Yeah, are you gonna?
But vertical jigging would be good.
We're gonna have you out there with the VX1 and just dangle off the side.
I think I'm going to try to catfish with it.
You're just going to be jigging.
We'll put some 10-pound fluoro on there and try to catfish with it. I think
save that line for next year.
What line?
Spool it.
Oh, the schoolie line on there right now?
2 golf tees on a rod and reuse it next year.
Yeah.
You don't want to get rid of that schoolie line.
Nope.
Yep, that'd be pretty cool. Well, cool. Well, we'll chat some more after the break here. Sound good?
Yep.
All right. That's next on
The Short Rod Show.
Hey, welcome back, everybody. Thanks for joining us through the break. We're going to talk about our ice season, how that went. So how you feeling about our ice season?
Well, I feel like
what are your thoughts?
It got cut a little short on me here, but otherwise it started off strong, man.
Oh, yeah.
It started off killer. I never have as much enthusiasm at the end of the season as I do at the beginning of the season. And it's also obvious in our downloads.
Yep.
After January, like February, the transition from January to February, our downloads just take a dump.
Yep. Well, February to March now is like
even dumpier,
even worse.
Yeah.
It's like, oh man, people are just giving up.
Yeah, it's
Which
funny.
I get because
you're just not as fired up. I'm not as
Yep.
fired up. I mean, I enjoy it still. I still enjoy doing this. Don't get me wrong, but you know, like early season, I'll go creep out there on 2 inches ice, like we did 2 inches ice on the south shoreline, on the north shoreline. You know, duck it in. Where now once it starts getting soft and that sort of deal, I'm just
only
like,
the real diehards are still out on
I'm
Big
just
Creek
like,
right now.
meh.
No.
Yeah, I'll
I
wait
thought
for
about
open
it and I
season.
was like, no, that's okay.
Yeah.
Yep. not
Spring's
gonna be worth
coming.
it.
There's some things around the house need to get done,
Yep.
and that's what the deal.
But like this season was really cool seeing too, you know, this is all thanks to you guys, but the growth of the show and our fan base has grown so much.
Yep.
You know, we get so many stories about people listening for the first time still.
Yep.
Where it's like, oh, where have you guys been? You know,
Made the
we've been
cut.
here talking ice fishing the whole time,
Yep.
and people are still discovering us every day, which is pretty cool. Get some cool shout outs from people.
Yeah.
You know.
Made the cut on Target Walleye in the Wall Street Journal.
Yep.
That's pretty sick.
Yeah, that was awesome. But that's really made it really cool, a cool season for both of us to just kind of learn and grow along with the show as it's growing.
So we started off started season 1 or season 2 with 20,000 total downloads.
Yep.
From season 1.
Yep.
And just during the time frame that we have been on air,
Yep.
during this
19
season,
19
episodes, we've gone to almost 60,000 downloads. Mm-hmm. So almost tripled our viewership, which is pretty sweet. Or doubled our viewership.
Triple. Do we have 20,000 or 30? I think it's 20,000.
Yeah, it was 20, and now we're to 60.
Yeah, that's right.
Yep.
Yeah, because we keep taking bets on how many we're going to get.
Yeah,
and it's
so that's
been
pretty
all
amazing.
over the place. Yeah,
That's pretty amazing.
Yeah, so that's cool.
So yeah, let's get her kicked off with really where we started her off, because the season started kind of slow, ice wise.
Ice wise here was slow.
Turns out that's good for a short rod show. Downloads when people are so horned up about ice fishing, but they can't go. They like to listen about it.
Yep.
But yeah, December got a little extra time on the ice.
Yep. So this is the first year that we actually went and did an early ice trip before we'd normally ice fish here.
Yep.
And that's key. Like that's gonna be a thing.
Oh yeah.
Like
I'll go back to those same lakes we went to.
Yeah, that was excellent.
For just being so off. It was so much fun just being off. Like, we had never been in any of the lakes. Really have never fished that area before.
Never been to that area before.
No, I'd never been on any of these roads. Like, we were into a completely different area.
Yep.
All we had was the truck and our ice gear.
Yep. And a pandemic, and
Minnesota
we
Lake.
didn't even stop anywhere.
The only time we
coolest
went
part.
into a place was to get gas at that Casey's in
The Casey's at the Indian Reservation.
on the Indian Res.
And the Holiday.
And the Holiday in, what town was that?
I don't even remember.
It was north of Brainerd.
Yeah, up Ironton maybe.
Iron something. Yeah, it was Iron something because we were fishing those iron quarries. Yeah. Yeah, man, that was killer.
That was a cool area.
Yeah.
But yeah, just somewhat of an adventure trip was cool.
Oh, it was
And then
100% adventure.
That was what, 3 weeks, 3 weeks before we'd fish down here.
Yeah. And that really kind of stroked the ego a little bit, because we got on there, we were just on fish right away. I was like, hey, let's, the very first lake that we got to that had good ice, and I was like, yep, let's stop at this one. It sounds like it has at least a decent crappie population. Boom, it's got good ice. Boom, we found the mother load of crappies.
Yep.
They weren't real big.
Using the Panoptic.
But they certainly weren't dinkers either.
Yep.
I mean, they were mid-size, 8-9 inch fish. It was a blast for showing up at 5 o'clock and in the evening and getting on fish by 6.
The one mod I need to do this summer, and you need to remind me if I forget, is figure out how to make the seats recline further.
Oh,
and remove that. There's like a travel stop you can remove up underneath the seat.
Yeah.
You gotta take the seat apart a little bit.
Yep.
That'd be key.
Yep.
Because sleeping in the truck was not too bad, other than the freaking seats would not recline.
Really, I really enjoyed the rumble of the diesel.
Yeah.
Like, it just kind of rumbled you to sleep.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know, sleeping on a train or sleeping on a
And it
boat or
it looked
something.
so cold out there.
Yep.
Because it was only 15 degrees or so when we were sleeping out
Yep.
there. And what I also remember was the snow had all melted around the exhaust pipe.
Oh yeah,
we got up in the morning.
Big bare spot right next to the exhaust, just burned it all off.
Yep,
that was cool.
Yeah,
yep. But then after that we had some good trips, mostly like urban stuff. We were hitting ponds left and right.
Yeah,
trying to get on
the status of the Ankeny ponds around here. It's still decent. But it's definitely not. I feel like it's not as good as it has been.
I don't think we hit them as hard as
maybe we didn't get into them as we've in the past.
Looking back, we would go out
every day,
at least once a week on the ice, if not multiple times. We'd have one night during the week where we'd go, and then we'd have both days of the weekend.
Yeah. Now we're barely making it one day of the weekend.
Yeah. Yep. And that's every other weekend sometimes.
And that just is what it is. Sign of the times.
Yep. So that was really good. Some good fishing. I got to fish Big Creek.
Yeah, I never did make it out this year.
Brett never made it out.
Oh,
dang it!
Didn't make it out.
Missing out.
Didn't make it out on that secret spot.
My goodness, I saw so many fish on my flasher. Gosh, so many of them.
And you never got one to bite.
No,
Are you confident that they were crappies?
No, not at all.
What do you think? Are they? Do you think
they looked like crappies on the flasher, and they did not act like crappies though? I mean, they hung out in 35 feet of water. They were sitting right at 29, 30 feet, just hanging out.
That sounds an awful lot like crappie to me.
You could jig. I'd switch baits 6-7 times trying to find different
profiles,
come and look at
different
colors. Nope.
They just didn't have any mind.
Didn't react at all to it.
Well, that's tough to tell.
I know
what that was. Because that's how you can really tell what a fish is. How it reacts.
See how interested it is in it. But
dang.
Yep. Then our trip out to the lake, the Muskie Lake.
Yeah,
we had some grand adventures.
I mean, it wasn't a bust. I did catch that nice bass.
It was a good trip,
walleye.
but man, we broke a lot of stuff.
Yeah, that was really kind of a wake up call for the season. Kind of set the tone.
Yep. Broke the drill.
One of our most freaking viewed Facebook posts ever.
Yep.
Was taking a picture of that broken drill, and people were just all over it.
Man,
should have bought Milwaukee. And then the next day, somebody posted that their chuck broke on their Milwaukee, and all that was should have bought DeWalt. Should have bought DeWalt.
Milwaukee wouldn't do that. And then there's multiple people that had the chucks fall out of their Milwaukee.
Yeah, what are you gonna do then?
It's like it's all the same.
Yeah, they're just really not built for it.
Yep.
They do it. They work, but you're gonna have problems every once in a while.
Yep. So that was a good trip, getting out there. We ran the quad a lot this year.
Yeah, we did run the quad a lot.
Last year we ran it somewhat. Yep. I mean, I feel like we really tried to run it a lot.
I'd say we were a little ballsy with it there at the beginning, running there on Brushy.
I don't think so. I felt good on that.
We were the first ones.
Yeah, but there's guys with bigger ones.
We were the first ones with a quad out there. But then that next guy, he did have a bigger one out there.
Yeah, and he went further out, which I wouldn't have done.
We should have fished Brushy a little harder this year probably, but
well, now we know.
Maybe next spring.
Yep.
Or this spring.
Yep. Didn't fish Clear Lake.
No, thank goodness.
Man, we were going up there. We were really trying for the last couple of years on Clear Lake.
I'm just done. There's so much good fishing
there and everything.
There's so much good fishing around the state that I'm not going to join the horde. I don't think.
I feel like we put a lot of miles on though.
Yeah, we did a lot of driving,
but we didn't. I don't know. We made our trips more meaningful this season. I think. It wasn't just like
run and gun everywhere you can get to.
Yep.
Yeah. So
that's cool.
So as we recap this, Ben, and you rethink about it, what's one thing you take away that you did a little different this year, and one thing that you learned?
So this year, I branched out and I changed more baits this year. Like I was the noogie guy last year. Like the noogies, I ran the noogie all the time.
I barely saw you run one this year.
I hardly ever ran the noogie.
So I got you turned over to the waxies.
And I was trying different waxy profiles. I was trying different angles of jigs.
Yeah.
I still didn't really fish any lead stuff. You're the lead guy.
You're all tungsten.
I was all tungsten. But yeah, definitely I tried different bait profiles. I don't know if it really worked. I learned a lot about what fish
like the reaction.
Yep. But I also learned that I need to have a camera. Like I'm the kind of guy.
I do recall you saying that several times. You're like, man, we need this camera.
And I was like, when the Recon broke, I'm like, yeah, it's all right. I didn't use it that much. I didn't feel like I used it that much. No big deal. Get by without it. And then the more we fished and the different places I fished, I was like, man, if I just had a camera here, because then you can tell so much about fish behavior with that. Panoptics help see that, but you still can't tell if the
What
fish,
is it?
Yeah, what is it? And is the fish, gonna come up and just look at it kind of funny because something's off?
Yep.
And swim away, or are they really interested that you just got to change colors? Or there's a lot of stuff there. So yeah, well, I'll get a camera for next year.
You'll be ready to rock and roll with that.
Yep. The camera thing, I didn't think was gonna affect much.
I didn't think it would either, but there were definitely times. Maybe it was just because we didn't have one this year.
Yep.
But there was definitely times where I was like, it'd be nice to have a camera right now.
Yep. Man, it would be real nice.
Previous to that, I'd be like, we don't need that camera.
Yeah, before.
What do you even bring that thing for?
Yep. No, we can't hardly see anything on it anyway. Whatever.
Can't see junk.
And then once you get the Panoptics and you can scope out, find something, run the camera down and really fine tune it.
Yep.
So
it was awesome.
That's what I learned. I also learned every year has been a little bit of a change in how I see things, and I guess this past year, like having GPS and points and mapping is really key.
Yeah, bringing you on now.
Yep. Like and you're just the map guy, so I'm just like, wherever
Brett
you
has
want.
it. Brett knows.
Wherever you want to be at, that's fine.
Yeah, Brett
but
knows.
when I'm by myself, I'm like, shit.
Where am I
going to
going?
find this? Like
supposed to go.
I know there's this brush pile over here, and then you get out to trying to find the spot on the spot.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
You just got to interchannel your inner me.
I got none of that.
Brett
I
do?
have terrible form of sense of direction, everything. Like I couldn't tell you anything. I can get lost places, no problem. And you know it when I'm driving around. Jeez, it's like, Ben, turn here. Ben, here. Remember?
Left, right now, right here.
Yeah. We're just here like 2 hours ago.
Yeah.
What?
Well, what I really notice your sense of direction, you start getting a little lost when we're on the boat, open water.
Oh, bad. Yeah.
Then we start going places and Ben's like, where are we going? What are we doing?
Yeah.
We were just here?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And the only reason I know that because I'm freaking looking at your hummingbird.
Yeah.
And I'm like, nope. It shows we were right over here before.
Yeah.
It's
Exactly.
following the trail.
Yep.
So what about you? What'd you learn, or what are some takeaways?
I'd say my biggest eye-opening thing was running with that Panoptics is ice noise.
Yep.
And I talked about it all year. That's a big deal, man. And I've thought about it actually quite a bit. You know how last season we'd preach, drill a bunch of holes, look for fish, find fish, do that whole deal. Is that now that I know what I know with running some of that stuff and how much you can spook fish, I don't know that that's the answer anymore. I don't know that should be what you do if you don't have like the Panoptics or the Live Scope, if you're not going to make that investment, and you're still running a flasher. What I've thought about this quite extensively is what would be the best tactic for you then to go out and try to get these fish without spooking them. Now that I know we know how much you're able to, how much you spook those fish going to look. And I don't know if I have a good answer for that yet.
I think some of that is different lakes, different bites have different degrees of how the fish spook.
Yeah.
Where some bites, they're going to come right up no matter what. Yep. They're on the chew. And other times they're going to be really, really spooky, and it doesn't matter. You can make one noise and they're gone.
Yeah, well, I think about that catfish bite we had here in town. We took some pictures and did that whole deal. When I first found them, so I was going and I was scanning with the Panoptics, and I found the little mound of them, and I didn't know it was a mound. I thought maybe it was some structure or something at first, honestly.
Yeah. Yep.
Went over there, counted out, drilled it, went back to the Panoptic, and it was gone. That's when I knew this was fish.
Yep.
But just me walking over there to drill it, that scattered that whole pod.
Yeah.
Then I scanned around. I didn't see him again.
Yep. The other thing is just taking more time per hole.
Yep. Sit there and wait.
Get set up and wait.
Yep.
And that's really hard to do.
Well, my contemplation is drill pattern as you drill holes.
Okay.
Instead of going right over there to go drill that hole right where those fish are at, maybe go drill some holes off to the side where you think they might go,
and then
see where they move.
Yep.
See if they move again.
True.
And if they don't move, then go drill that hole and spook them, and then maybe they'll be under one of the holes that you just drilled. I don't know. I'm just still spitballing ideas. I don't know what the answer is for that yet, but
Yeah, that's it. That's very, very interesting because otherwise,
I'll be chewing on that all year. I'll probably have another answer here.
You picture it with a flasher, traditional flasher. Say you hit the mother lode spot just randomly. You're with just flasher. You drill a hole, you put your flasher down, and there were a huge school of fish there, but just you walking around drilling the hole, all that stuff. You put your flasher down, boom. Nothing. There's no fish.
But you didn't know that.
Yeah, and you're like, yeah, okay.
Keep looking.
Here. Keep going around.
Yep.
And then just by chance you drill enough, get around.
Yep.
Fish are not spooked enough at some point.
Yep.
And you get on them. So.
I've also contemplated a little bit on, drilling the fringes of where you're fishing. So if you're running a flasher, so say you want to, I don't know, you want to fish, I don't know, a point or something like that. Start drilling holes kind of on the edge of that point where you're not drilling right in the hot spot where you want to be. You kind of start drilling out on the edge, and then you work your way in.
Yep.
Or work your way out. I don't know, man. Maybe I'm thinking about it too much. I'm going crazy. I'll be chewing on that all summer.
I was going to say, that's what you lay in bed at night.
I'll be chewing on that this summer, and we'll have a different answer for come next year, probably.
But yeah, we definitely learned a lot. We definitely fished a lot.
Ice noise was a big thing, man.
Yep. Got to use our gear a lot. Really, we really practiced what we preached. I was pretty proud of that. We're using the tactics that we talked about on the show and telling you guys about.
Put fish on the ice.
Yep.
Especially when we took TK out. I really enjoyed that when it was like, here's the answer, is you just keep looking until you find them. Mm-hmm. And that was a situation where we were basically regular flasher fishing because I forgot my pole, and so I was just, my Panoptics, I was just down viewing 14 foot of water. So, I mean, you can still see 8 or 9 feet on the side of you, but still not great.
Yep. Yeah, that worked out well.
But, you just keep looking until you find them.
Yep. So, definitely a good season. Put her in the books. We got lots of, sweet pictures from our camera now.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go back through and refill. Speaking of books, I need to go back through and refill out my my journal. I was terrible on it this year.
Dang it.
I didn't hardly fill it out at all.
Yep. Something interesting I heard was when you mark waypoints on your unit is using that to punch notes into.
Yeah, I write those down. Yep. Write them on the waypoint thing.
Yeah, I actually have notes in there.
Yeah, you could. It's kind of a pain in the ass to write notes in on your waypoints. What I do with my Garmin unit, though, is it's real easy just to put different icons. It's a lot easier than it is on the Humminbird. So I'll put different icons, like if I'm seeing brush piles, if I'm seeing fish.
Now, on the Active Captain app, can you search for waypoints or search for... Actually, that's what it was. It was using the app and then figuring out, okay, here's the date range when these waypoints were made. Mm-hmm. And, okay, these are going to be my key spots, for this certain date.
You were listening to Beerfish Fanatics the other day, weren't you?
Maybe a little bit.
With that catfish dude, because he said that.
Yep.
Yeah,
that was interesting. I was like, oh...
That's the same concept as my journal is, this is the time of year I'm fishing. Where was I fishing? What was I looking? Yep. What was the weather where I was fishing?
But I guess tying it into actual GPS locations was kind of cool.
I write down the GPS point. If it's a specific point, what I want to reference, I'll write down that GPS point that I was fishing in my journal.
Makes sense.
That way when my grandkids look at that shape file on my computer, and they can be like,
you'll be handing it down on a little gold pillow.
Yep, it's gonna be on this. It's gonna be this leather bound book, because it is a leather bound. Because I'm just like, this gonna be legit.
Oh, yep. There you go.
I'm like, yep, boy, come on over here. You can have your first beer and whiskey, and I'll pass you my fishing book.
And they'll just scoff at it and be like, crazy old grandpa. I ain't going out there. Oh shoot. Well, cool. So next week we got a pretty special episode. Planned for you guys. We have yet to record it, so we'll see how it turns out. Yeah. But we're going to get a little ambitious on you and do something a little bit different. So we'll keep that under wraps a little bit.
Well, I mean, we've talked about it in a lot of previous episodes, but yeah.
I like to add a little mystery to it. So got to have people listening. Jeez. Otherwise, we're not going to have anybody listening.
By the end of the season,
downloads are just going to go.
Yeah. Although I did notice that, what was our second episode ever? It is still the highest downloaded episode that we have. Unique Flasher Tactics. It's still the highest download count of all of our episodes.
That's pretty, that makes sense.
That's pretty sweet.
That was pretty informative.
Yep.
Well, good. So we'll have one more episode for you guys.
Yep.
We're not wrapping it up, turning it in just yet, but we're getting close. So if you guys don't know, we record through the ice fishing season, and we're not really recording through.
We hang up the books
summer,
in the long rod. Yeah, I feel like I just don't know.
Hear from us.
I just don't know have as much insight.
Yep.
Open water season as I do ice fishing.
And things get busy too.
Yeah,
like I said, working
Summer's
on the house
busy
stuff, activities.
The
family
burnout's
stuff.
real.
Yep.
You kind of want to take a break, and that way you're excited and you're pumped up when you put these things out.
Yep, exactly. But yeah, we'll have one more episode for you guys, so looking forward to that next week.
Yeah, that'll be a good one.
All right. Well, thanks for watching and listening to
The Short Rod Show.